I think everybody's here. Mr. Metokur, how you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I enjoyed your video earlier. I missed about 15 minutes of it because I was skipping around. Because I had to do this show and prepare for it. But I really did enjoy it. What made you decide to go so long with it?
There's just a lot of shit to cover. I really wanted to get to the candid stuff too at the end.
Yeah, I thought it's surprising how many people really don't know what happened with all that. I mean, I followed it when it happened, but there's a lot of people that really didn't realize it.
This is a 6-hour stream too, so I mean that was a lot to break down.
Yeah. I mean, harmful opinions got fucked. He got fucked really hard by a community that should have not let that happen based on what they advocate. He got thrown to the fucking wolves, and the amount of evidence that was kind of out there about the candid shit was pretty in your face. I mean, he was getting information from somebody that was signed into a contract with them, so he was getting an inside source, and they told him shit. Other people confirmed shit, conversations with the CEO and other stuff like that. But I mean, imagine how much of a mind fuck that is to have a fucking corporation basically paying people to fuck with you, talking to your family members, tracking them down, and talking to them on social media. And then mysteriously, after you do all these videos talking about this, your account gets hacked, all your shit gets deleted, but there's no definitive proof of what's going on.
I wanted to ask you about that. Was there anybody else involved with Candid that was paid to do those things, or were they approached to do that?
Well, the thing is, they're all really sheepish about talking about it. Like, from what I remember, the people that did advertisements, and I'm not saying these were all involved in fucking with harmful opinions, but these were the people that got money, were TJ Kirk, Black Pigeon Speaks, Shoe on Head, Bearing, I think Undoomed, and like 2 or 3 others. But TJ was like one of the bigger ones. I think he got like was it 20 grand or something like that to do it.
Right.
And then some of the smaller channels, compared to TJ at least,
they're contractually obligated not to talk about it.
That's true. They had non-disclosure agreements. And
yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, even Matt brought up when I talked to him on his stream about this, talking about discreet.com, that the company's defunct. It doesn't exist anymore. So there shouldn't be any contract to be held over you if the entity that you sign it with is no longer functional.
That's iffy, I think. Because who is the contract between? Is it between them and the corporation, or is it between them and?
But see,
whatever
the thing about the contract is, though, it should already be up now anyway in terms of like the period. So Matt talked about this publicly, and he said, "Oh, I'll be able to talk about Candid on so and so date." That date is already passed. The reason they don't talk about it is because it makes them look like shit.
What do they have to gain by talking about it?
Yeah, that's why they don't. Well, I mean, you would think. I mean, the whole thing was a complete,
Yeah, but like I said in the video, the most ironic part of this is I've heard now for the last 2 years, specifically from this kind of side of YouTube, oh, the adpocalypse is fucking us. Oh, right. Free speech is getting fucked. Oh, we're getting censored left and right. You built the algorithm. You suckered in a bunch of people to go to your anonymous application. The fucking AI learned how people talked, the shit they said, the way they interacted, so it could pick up on shit. So when it was sold or used or broken up and sent to different fucking companies, they knew what to look for. And then what do you know? Miraculously, after Candid goes under and this AI bot is developed, everybody's getting fucked on YouTube, everybody's getting fucked on Twitter, everybody's getting fucked on Facebook.
That's really the ironic part. They made the super weapon that they're using against us now on YouTube and whatever other platforms are on. I mean, who knows? I mean, Twitter could be using it. I mean, the extent at which this, we don't know, because they're so secretive about what algorithms they use, and we never find out about this stuff until after the fact, and they've already screwed us. So, I'm wanting to know, who's developing this code now, because they didn't just throw that stuff away.
Oh, there's no way after that much money and time was poured into it. And there's no way. I mean, they must have paid out a couple $100 grand just on the shitty little viral marketing with YouTubers, and then their normal advertising campaign. So
I guarantee it has a patent, doesn't it?
Yeah, Uber bought out Candid basically, and then the CEO of Candid now works for Amazon.
Well, if it has a patent, you can track that patent and who owns the patent.
But the real, goal of the whole platform was not to create the platform itself, or
No, that's the best part.
Yeah, they stated that that's what it was for. Yeah,
it was a bait and switch. It was to sucker idiots in to basically develop their little bot. They never had any intention of that application existing.
By the way, Jim, who were these idiots that got suckered in? Who were they?
Are we talking about the people that were the marketers for it, or are we talking about the user base? The user base were the suckers that watched the videos and thought, geez, this doesn't seem out of the fucking ordinary. I already mentioned the marketers, that people, again, like Black Pigeon Speaks, Shoe on Head, I think Undoomed, I can't remember 100%. TJ Kirk.
You say Skeptics.
TJ Kirk is 100%.
You could very well say Skeptics, yeah.
So let me ask you.
They weren't skeptical about this at all.
Let me ask you, Jim. What if they'd come to you and said, "Here's $50,000. We want you to."
I've had companies come to me and offer me money, and I've always told them. I've told them three things. I've told them no, because I don't do that. I've told them you're an idiot for wanting to associate any brand with me in the first place. And I told them, if you continue to send me offers for monetary compensation to promote your product, I will promote your product for free. And I will tie it to the most hardcore neo-Nazi white nationalist shit that I can.
Coca-Cola.
Right. That usually works. I had one company offer like $6,000 to promote some kind of mobile streaming service. The guy was nice. I don't think it was anything underhanded, but I was like, yeah, I don't do this kind of thing. And he's like, all right, whatever.
So let me ask you about the principle in general. These people, and I guess the problem is, for me, if somebody comes to you and they want you to promote a product, say the product's good and you literally think it's going to be great for your audience or whatever, I don't really have a problem with you.
I don't have a problem with sponsorships either. It's not something
if it's good, but if you look at this program, and especially Harmful Opinions is the guy that outed all this. This was a negative program from the start, and it seems like these people didn't do research beyond. Did the check clear?
Well, let's be honest. You're this was a while ago too. So their channels are starting to grow. They got some company shows up and says, "Hey, you're important. We're going to give you a fuck ton of money, and all you got to do is like 1 or 2 videos saying how awesome this is." They probably thought that was a gift from heaven. It was like fucking manna from the sky, right? Like God's reached down to feed and clothe us. How amazing is this? So I think they were blinded by it.
Food.
I wish I could find that picture, by the way.
They could have used Twitter's API to do all this and basically use that as a sandbox. But the thing about doing that is you wouldn't be able to raise money from angel investors, and you wouldn't be able to control the atmosphere as much as they did. Well, and that's all it was a sandbox.
Yeah, in Silicon Valley, these people, these companies are so fucking incestuous anyway. The CEO of what's the woman's name that's at the head of YouTube right now?
I don't know.
Woja Hickey or whatever.
Right. Her fucking sister runs 23andMe. Like, all these different companies know each other. They interact with each other. It's just, I don't trust any of this shit anymore at this point. It's like you hear these fucking CEOs and these idea guys bouncing from one company to the next, shitting out the next fucking Orwellian hellscape idea that they can come up with to make everybody fucking miserable.
Trump's got to put out some kind of executive order on this shit, because it's getting really out of hand. These people are just like way too damn big, and they have way too much reach, way too much influence. I can't see how this can go on much longer, because you have people like Lacey Green and like people on her level that are getting banned or flagged or whatever, and a lot of people who are they're expressing really milquetoast opinions. If it's getting to that point, I think we're already beyond the point where we need to have some kind of legislation. These people can't run unregulated forever.
Yeah, what do you think about that? I don't think I've actually got to query you on that directly. My opinion is, and I used to be more, whatever, private companies, do what you want. But these are not just private companies. It's like the phone company saying, you can't make calls on our service anymore. That's how big Facebook and Twitter and even Snapchat, Instagram, all these services are. Do you think that there should be laws enacted to where they can only throw you off for certain criteria, such as criminal activity?
Yeah, how weird does that sound though? It's a really bizarre fucking topic to try to discuss. Do you want them to be a public utility? Do you want the government to come in and try to regulate it? It's weird to me to think that the government would put into place a regulation that says you can't ban me for shit posting.
That's I don't think that's gonna happen. There's this
right.
like Paul Nealon was pushing the whole do not censor or whatever thing. I'm just like that thing's a fantasy, because you put this up in front of Congress, you know, there's only two ways that it can fall, because you have the Democrats who also want to it's not like Democrats don't want to legislate the internet. They absolutely do, but they're absolutely
in the opposite way.
They're going to get their grubby hands in on it, just like the Republicans. And I guarantee you, like the anti-Semitism and stuff like that, like no Republican is going to stand up and be like, oh yeah, anti-Semitism on the internet is acceptable, even if they're like so-called free speech advocates.
I mean, you know, if Trump wanted to, he could try to take the same approach that they did in the 90s with Gates. You know, when it came to Microsoft, I've talked about this before, where Reno was basically fucking Bill Gates every day for $1 million because they were holding in contempt over the fact that, you know, PCs were shipping with the not just the operating system, but the browser as well, and saying that's unfair, you know, to other browsers, other operating systems. Bill Gates, of course, didn't give a shit. You'd have to have a bigger financial hammer to head companies with. But you look at a Google that puts out not just a notebook now made by them, or a ThinkPad, or whatever the fuck they call it, a Chromebook. It's got their operating system on their hardware with their browser and their search engine, and they run the biggest websites that exist. I mean, the internet has shrunk. Less and less companies own larger and larger portions of it. I don't know what the fucking solution is.
By the way, let me ask you this. Did you see the story today? And this was going to be one of my topics. Of course, you know, this show mainly turned into you know, let's laugh at... Nothing wrong with that, of course. Let's laugh at Monday Matt show. I don't oppose that. But one of the stories I was originally going to talk about was AP exclusive, Associated Press. Google tracks your movements, like it or not. Google wants to know where you go so badly that it records your movements even when you tell it explicitly not to. AP investigation found that many Google services on Android devices and iPhones store your location data even when you've used a privacy setting that says it will prevent Google from doing so.
Dude, I can tell you firsthand. I've sat in my office and I had a notification come up on my phone, and this is a few months back, but I had a notification come up from Google, and it says, do you want to save this place as your workplace? Because they're able to basically say, you come here between 9 and 5 or whatever, and you know you're around this location for this part of the day, so that must be your work spot. And then you come here at night, so that's your home, and then they can like track your route. And I was just like, I was creeped out, man.
The thing is, they make it sound like, oh, you just turn off location, or you turn off, you know, the option that lets the
no, that was all revealed with Snowden. Snowden blew that shit wide open.
It's not just that. There's a whole separate option called web and app activity that also monitors your location, and they don't make that clear. And you have to go through and you know.
Well, of course they don't make it clear. I mean, it's not beneficial to them. And it's a race between who can fuck you the hardest. I mean, it's not just companies that are doing it. The government does it. Applebaum gave plenty of speeches where he talked, and he warned people for fucking years at conventions when he'd go to them saying, they're fucking with your hardware. They've got all this crazy shit. They're putting hardware backdoors into your fucking computers. They're fucking with the HDMI cables and everything else. They're doing shit you wouldn't believe they can do. Here are the schematics. Here's where it's coming from. Here's fucking using it. All your software has backdoors. All your hardware has backdoors.
Remember when
we're past the tipping point?
Yeah. Remember when everybody was talking about the trusted platform modules and everybody on the internet was fighting against that? Then all of a sudden it was like, the next day, everybody just stopped talking about it.
Yeah, like the only way you're gonna be safe, and you know this should be obvious, but like the old flip phone brick, you know, that's really the only way to abstain from any kind of tracking.
Is that what you think the future is going to be?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I agree. I agree with you that if you just use burner phones, I mean, of course you're going to have more protection. But
I want to come with a fucking string.
But you can't really participate in the
internet
society with that. I mean, like you can't really be on.
Well, no, Ralph, that's not true. To go with your flip phone, right? Get rid of your hot phone. Get a fucking old-fashioned one. We need to start buying up in bulk and prepare ahead of time. Buy all the e-machines that fucking are sitting in dumpsters that were mass-produced for fucking Walmarts. Just buy those fuckers up and use them for our internet business.
So let me ask you, Jim. You made a video, and I believe it was 2015. Wow. It's been a minute, but you made a video, and I think it had to do with 8chan and 4chan, the the actual topic of the video, but you went further than that, and I forget the title of it, but it's pretty much the end of the free internet.
You're talking about the wake up one? Yeah, I did a video talking about what I thought was going to happen. I mean, it's old news at this point, but
it's very prescient when you look at what's happening.
But the thing is, like, if you go look at the comments on those fucking things, I love putting videos like that up because I get so much shit when I put them up. One smug little fuck was like, "You don't know what you're talking about. That's never gonna happen. I'm gonna do a response and show you how stupid you are. Haven't heard from that fucker in 3 years. Wait for that fucking." Same with the Twitter censorship thing, where I was talking about throttling and shadow banning. People are like, "Oh, that's not real," and then 2 days later, fucking Twitter puts up a blog post saying, "Yeah, we do that."
They telegraph this info to us all the time. It's not like these ideas just came out of thin air.
Well, they're out there. Let me ask you, Jim. Where do you think it's headed, though? I mean, you pretty much already stated it in 2015.
Every time I talk about this, people can be shit. Oh, it's a black pill. No, it's the fucking reality.
It's true.
I'm not saying you can't fight against it. I'm just saying this is where it's going. This is probably what it's going to look like. Be prepared for it. If you're going to give into it, fine. If you're going to fight it, fine. But the reality of the situation is our hardware and our software is riddled with backdoors. Governments and corporations will fuck you over. You are a piece of data, and that's what's valuable. The more control they have over you, the better that is for them. If you think you have freedom like you used to have before the internet and before technology, you're deluding yourself. And if you think it's going to stop here and this is as far as they're going to take it, you are deluding yourself.
Yeah, and I'm not happy about having to go before the feet of the government and say, save us from these
please save us.
Corporate censors.
The way, they can't even keep the bridges,
because it could be the other way around.
The infrastructure itself is crumbling across our nation. They can't even pass the most basic of legislation.
No.
Let's be honest. It seems like it's a large stretch to think that they're actually going to pass something like what we're talking about. That doesn't mean you shouldn't advocate it, but the likelihood of it happening, it's slim. I see Review Tech USA. Review Tech USA. Wait, let me read this. Review Tech USA in the chat. He says, "I like you guys. Thank you. Hope you don't get flagged for saying that in chat." But yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead, Goose.
I think the best we can hope for at this point is like Trump coming in and breaking these people apart and at least financially punishing them somehow. Like there has to be some kind of like thing there has to be something we could do to their bottom line.
I really thought Trump was going to use the what was the Saudi prince that had a 4% stake, the majority stake in
God damn, what is his name? He owned part of Fox as well.
Right. Well, when the Saudi Arabian government, we're going to try him as a traitor, and I thought Trump was going to say something like, "Oh my God, this guy owns a large majority in an American company, and he's been found
Mohammed bin Salman."
No, it's his name is Alaweed bin Talal.
There we go.
Just roll that into the 9/11 lawsuit and just say, like, this is in revenge for 9/11. So we're taking your stake away.
Well, what I thought he was going to do with that was say, he's being accused of some heinous shit, or they're trying to paint him as doing something illegal in his own country. He owns a majority of Twitter. We need to investigate to see if he's trying any anti-American stuff behind the scenes with the company.
Wait,
just
wasn't
that
guy
in the door
executed? Like he was like,
I'll tell you what happened. I followed it pretty closely. It was during my vacation. They, MBS, whatever his name is, Mohammed bin Salman. He's pretty much the guy who's running Saudi Arabia now. His dad's nominally the king, but the crown prince, MBS, is the guy who's running the country. And one of his things was any royal family member, they have a very large royal family, and a lot of them are very wealthy. And so if you weren't totally on board, they took them and nominally imprisoned them. Now, I say prison because they were held in a luxury hotel in Saudi Arabia.
House arrest.
Yeah, basically. And, they pretty much all came around and said, yeah, we support the regime and this and that. And they kind of neutered them in that way.
So it was a shit check, basically.
Yeah, basically, it's like, look, we can take you out if we want, but yeah, that's what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, he really did have an opportunity. He could have said, look, we've got foreign actors that are putting into place policies that are anti-American. Because when you look at Twitter, they were fucking with algorithms and they were fucking with certain political parties for their benefit. And if you could have tied that to that guy, I think that would have been a foot in the door to at least deal with one company. I don't know about the others. You know, Zuckerberg's a fucking robot, and what is that? What else does that leave? YouTube.
Well, that is a good angle because you have like within that neutrality stuff, you have China and the EU pushing their policies on these social media platforms, and it affects us here, which I think is wrong. You know, it should be the other way around. But if they want to censor the platform in their own country, whatever, that's, you know, I don't think you should, but, you know, whatever. But in America, you know, we should at least be able to run our own platforms how we want inside our own borders. You know, so I think that would be a good angle of attack. If Trump
you better watch yourself, or Imam Murphy's gonna come and take your account away.
Yeah.
Review Tech USA in the regular chat says your stream has substance, and to be honest, I realized how entertaining your show is through the Monday Matt debacle. That thing has reached far and wide, hasn't it?
It'll come around eventually.
Yeah, it's let me read these real quick to be generous to the super chatters. I appreciate their support. Adriana22 says, now we know that Matt thinks of Jim. Excuse me. Now we know that Matt thinks of Jim while he's prepping the bull and crying. What did you think about he called you Mr. Medicare? What did you think about that, Jim?
That works for me. I mean, Metokur was supposed to be, it was because some foreigner couldn't spell or pronounce mediocre, so he came up with Metokur. So whatever. I mean, it's supposed to be a mispronunciation anyway.
But I guess the whole thing is, I mean, Matt's actually funnier when he just speaks off the cuff and just says what he thinks, and then he would never say that in public. That was through a Discord.
I posted a screenshot of his Social Blade earlier with his subscriber count. And somebody replied to me this with like a Thanos meme. And they're like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Metokur.
Somebody said Warski just tweeted about the situation. He's been like radio silent for like a month, hasn't he?
Let me see what he says before I respond, because actually, let me see. He says, he says, I guess I could bring this up on the screen. He says, I've been sitting here with my flaccid dick in my hand, waiting for an apology Monday, Matt. I have special requirements for this apology. I want it in video form, and I want you to cry twice as hard as when you got that silver play button.
Nice.
I actually talked to Andy a little bit last night. I won't go into it all, but he did see what was going on. I'll put it that way. Ricada Law in the super chat says NDA ends when company ends unless successor company I guess exists. Social media exchanges liability immunity for neutral content delivery. Law written in 1996, ripe for a challenge. Yeah, all the laws that govern the internet pretty much were written in the 90s or even before. Some of these laws go back to, like wire exchanges in the fucking 30s and 40s. But I guess
God, how fucked up is that the e-commerce laws are that old?
It's that bad, yeah.
Even the laws about like platforms being responsible for their content, I think that was in the 90s too. It was like the Communications Act or something.
Yeah,
there was like a clause in there about indecent content, and that was way before social media was even a term. So yeah, the law is absolutely way behind on this, which you might see that as a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. It was probably a good thing maybe in 2007, but it's become progressively worse.
By the way, Fistable Frodo DM'd me the list of the Rule 34 searches that Mundane Matt performed in his chat.
Yeah, I saw that. We read them on air earlier, but I'm not sure.
Is he putting something together? What?
We've got more. We've got more.
Wait, there's some more?
Why is he doing that?
He looked for Rule 34 of Bernie Sanders. Rule 34 of Alex Jones and InfoWars. He looked up Rule 34 for Logan Paul in Australia.
There's a war on for your ass.
There's a war for your ass. And interdimensional global demons are coming for your ass. Rule 34 of YouTube. Of course, we saw the other three.
What do you think? Go ahead, finish your thought.
Rule 34 of Stephen Hawking. Rule 34 Spice Girls. Rule 34 herpes. I guess he was searching for Lacey Green. Rule 34 Sargon of Akkad, which we've already read out.
He knows there's like a website like specifically dedicated to Rule 34, right?
No, don't tell him that, or he'll never leave the house.
Next time we see him on stream, one of his arms is massive compared to the other.
But what do you think about that, Jim? That he was looking for Rule 34?
I don't fucking know, Ralph. I don't know what's with all these guys wanting outlines. It seems to be a common fucking thread lately.
He's fapping with one arm, pushing boulders with the other.
But it is disturbing, though, right? I mean, we've seen it with him. We've seen it with, of course, King of Pole, and I don't know. I hate to just.
Ralph, is this?
Seems
is
like
this
they're all hot for you, right? I mean, I don't know. It's
Ralph, is this a little bit of jealousy? I'm here.
No. I mean,
I didn't see your name in that search result. Is that what this is about?
Well, you know.
I don't know. He plans to just keep on keeping on, and I was telling somebody earlier, I don't think we're gonna know like the full damage of it until like maybe like 3 months from now.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I mean, it'll take a few months to really see how it plays out, but it's not looking good. I mean, I know subs aren't necessarily the best indicator, but they are a good loose gauge for figuring out the direction his channel's headed. And I know that because he wrote his little book and he's so tied into analytics, this is probably like the worst nightmare scenario for him. And it just kept building momentum. There was a stream that fucked him, and then Comic Books Pro Secrets put his video out. Ethan put his video out. That really made it even worse. And then my video dropped, and it just kind of keeps growing and growing and growing. And all these videos are coming out from different people, the quartering and all, like smaller YouTubers, and more people are kind of becoming aware of it.
Yeah.
And, it's just for a guy that talks about how this is his career, like he makes his money on YouTube, to go out of his way to try to fuck other people that have that same viewpoint, makes him look really shitty.
Yeah, I just think like this temporary, like he's got like a temporary boost in views because of like Streisand effect, but I think definitely in a few months when shit dies down, that might go away.
I mean, they're viewing it just to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Comments.
He had like 3,000 thumbs down on one of his recent videos.
That was actually unreal,
tragic.
But yeah, no, tragic.
Did you see the new Dami? I don't know. Maybe you mentioned this earlier.
Yes,
Dami Pesos video. Yeah, talking about how he got flagged again.
By the way, we talked to Dami Pesos earlier. Originally, I wanted to have him on this program, but he said he had to work really early in the morning, so he wasn't able to come on. But yeah, I did talk to him. I did see his original video. I guess it was yesterday or day before, and he had that clip. They told me in chat earlier, but I forgot the name of the program, where it looks like somebody's shitting in their mouth, but it's actually
Candy versus Spenny.
Yes.
I guarantee you, Matt's excuse for that will be, I flagged him last week before the stream, where I totally prostrated myself.
Let me ask Jim this: Do you still think he's the one that flagged down our stream?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% on that. Like I told you when I came into the stream, I was 100% on him, flagging your stream down, flagging other people down, having Google alerts set up, always having a convenient excuse. And two of those, panned out. He admitted Google alerts were queued up. He also admitted that he flagged. We found out later on that he flagged a bunch of people down. He took 15 to 20 minutes to show us shit. I know you can go in with inspect element. Yep. We should have asked him to refresh the fucking page. But it was so heated of the moment.
Well, it's heated of the moment. Also, what we should have asked him is show your other accounts, because he has a couple other YouTube accounts that has, several subscribers. And especially the 3-book theater, or whatever the fuck the name of that one is. Would have been good to see what he had reported on that.
And the fucked up thing is, I don't think anybody thought he was the one doing it. I remember when Warski got nailed. I remember when Failure got nailed and Tonka got nailed. Everybody was like, "Oh, who's doing this?" They all had their theories, but I don't ever remember his name getting brought up. So he must have thought he was really slick about it.
He always tries to appear really aloof and above the situation, like he doesn't know what's going on, and I don't know who you are. He's attending
to his child. Yeah,
I'm not interested. I don't have time for this, but he really does.
So let me also ask you this, Jim. Do you think there's people tweeting at me and they say, "Well, you don't know that Monday Matt flag down Dame Pesos again. Surely to God, he wouldn't be flagging people after this." Do you think it's fair to attribute the flags to him? Me personally, I think he's given up all benefit of the doubt.
Well, where's that comment coming from? I mean, is that somebody saying, "Oh, he couldn't be dumb enough to do it again"? Well, you would have said 2 days ago he couldn't be dumb enough to go on a stream and expose himself either, right? But fuck, look where we are.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's kind of forfeited all benefit of the doubt. I mean, do we have direct evidence? No.
Well, and that's the thing that's going to stay with him. I mean, even if some miracle happens, even if tomorrow PewDiePie is like, my favorite YouTuber is Mundane Matt, everybody subscribe. The doubt in people's mind will never go away. He'll always be known as that dude. When he gets angry, he will fuck with your channel. And anytime somebody's channel gets fucked with, everybody's going to say, oh, it's Mundane Matt.
Also, I saw that you start out your video with the sex for favors. I mean, it's the same part from the Five Guys video, basically. The conspiracy, the famous. I mean, I don't even know how many hits that had before you got rid of your channel, but I think it had over 1 million views.
It had less than cats playing the piano, Ralph. But the point of
it had 1 million views, though, right? Am I wrong?
The point of the video.
It had a lot. Just admit. Stop being bashful. I mean, it had a lot of views, right? It had 1 million.
No, this isn't me being modest or any of that kind of shit. It's in the reality of YouTube. Yeah,
I mean, in all-time YouTube, of course, but it got a lot of play. Cats
playing musical instruments blow it out of the water. Let's be honest.
It had a lot of play, though, right?
Yeah, but the thing of it is, though, it's just weird comparing and contrasting. Like, here's this guy that got his start because Zoe Quinn fucked with him, and everything he said about her, and everything he built himself up around, he ended up the same exact shit. He was doing the same exact shit. I mean, Dame Pesos is in a huge channel, and I know we didn't really address Godwinson, but not only was his shit pulled down repeatedly, he's fucking gone. He can't keep a fucking account open.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah, every time he opens a fucking account, it gets taken down. So these aren't huge people. These aren't people that have any recourse where they're like, I've got 250,000, I've got 1 million subscribers, you can't fuck with me. These are just dudes that put out fucking videos. They've got, a couple hundred to 10,000 subs. Here comes Mundane Matt with his 160,000 subs and his connections at the company.
Yep.
And just fucking blows them out of the water.
Well, we talked about this. I think you talked about it. Others. I mean, a report from a guy with a verified check mark versus just some regular listener. It's worth 20 to 100 times.
Oh, he was so full of shit with that. Oh, I don't know that there's any special features. They send you a fucking email that says, "Hey, so and so is going to be your personal contact. You can message them any."
You got the same email, right? I mean,
that's another thing. He didn't even have to technically report them. He could have just sent an email to whoever the guy is over there at YouTube he's in contact with.
So I wanted to throw in, I didn't see if you covered it in your video, Jim, but Harmful Opinions. He also has a bit of a vendetta against Harmful Opinions because of the Candid stuff. And I'm not sure if any of you guys had known about this, but he had an IRL streaming channel that went up. It was very family friendly, but wouldn't you know it, it got 3 flags like real quick back to back, and his channel got shut down again.
I fucking loved Harmful Opinions streaming channel when he started doing the IRL stuff. When he was walking around a mall, right? There's this one video he does where he's walking around a mall and security walks up to him. And they're like, "You can't film here, sir." And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ordered by the government to do it because I'm a child sex predator." And the security guard's like, "What?" And he goes, "I molest children, and I'm ordered by the court to always film where I am."
No, he's like a natural. He's probably the best IRL streamer I've seen. Like, he's quick with his responses. I was really disappointed to see him get shut down like that. And now with these new revelations, my imagination just goes wild. I can't help but think that Mundane Matt might have had a hand in that too.
I watched his stuff on Twitch. I liked his stuff on Twitch. I mean, he had like some big names following him. I mean, Notch would show up all the time and watch his shit. His channel he got fucked with on there. He got fucked with on YouTube. He got fucked with on Twitter and every other place that you can imagine. And his IRL stuff was funny.
The shitty thing is, like, he presents himself as this like YouTube community leader, and like he has these people that look up to him when he goes to these conventions and whatever, and they're like, "Oh, how can we have a big YouTube channel?" But little do they know, like, he smashes people like them. People his junior, people with maybe a couple hundred subs or whatever. They don't stand a chance because of people like him throwing their weight around.
Yeah, and then people in the chat are asking for the video. I don't know if the VOD is still around somewhere. I know I had that clipped. It's on my Twitter somewhere. I'll try to find it and then I'll retweet it.
By the way, I see Andy Warski in the chat. He says, "Just saying hi now, back into hiding." I was about to send him the link. Okay, I understand.
He doesn't want Matt to catch him. I don't blame him. I'd take it.
I was just about to send you the link.
Something quite interesting.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Zidane.
Didn't
Are you underneath a pillow?
Shit.
His phone's got really bad reception. I think what he was trying to say is that he doesn't think that Zoe Quinn was the one that flagged Monday in Matt's videos.
He's talking on a flip phone.
Smart man.
The connection in my the place I'm in is pretty bad, but I actually DM'd Zoe Quinn, by the way.
What?
I did.
Wait,
I asked her if she flagged Mundane Matt.
Did she answer?
Not yet, but I'm gonna ask her again.
Just imagine this for a second. Now I know this is fantasy land, but imagine that we get Zoe Quinn here on the kill stream.
Yeah, just get her on here, Zidane.
Just to rip. You know what? I've literally probably written more negative things about Zoe Quinn than anybody breathing on the on this planet. But just imagine she makes an exception just to come on here and shit on Monday Matt.
Just tell her that we don't have 5 guys here; we have 6.
Well,
I don't know what kind of meltdown you'd be facing, Ralph, if you got like Zoe Quinn, Anita, and Brianna on stream to shit on Matt at one time. I don't know what would happen if that fucking came about.
The internet would break.
I would just say this publicly for the record. I would have her on to speak about it because
that's like Gamergate coming full circle.
Yeah,
like that would be the end.
And that's what people had told me already. It's like, wow, this is pretty much full circle.
And it's August.
It doesn't even get more. It's like fate. I don't actually think she would do it, but I would put all the criticisms, all the shit talk to the side. She shit talked me as well. I would put it all to the side just to hear what she has to say about the video flagging and about Monday Matt, because even before this stuff happened with Monday Matt, there were people who said to me, there's really no evidence that Zoe Quinn actually filed that DMCA, and you can file DMCAs pretty much at will in somebody else's name, and YouTube, as cautious as they are, they'll just go ahead and take it down, and then you can challenge it, and if they don't sue you and provide YouTube proof, they'll put the video back up. You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily have to have been her. I'm very interested in this. I will just put that out there.
Is this like plausible? Could we actually make this happen?
I mean, I don't know. I tend to say no. There's no way that would happen.
Ralph, I got a feedback report here on my performance. This is from shout out to Midnight in Exile. He says, every time someone interesting starts to say something interesting, WildGoose interrupts with something completely fucking boring. Someone tell him to shut the fuck up. Did he pay to co-host all fucking night?
He did not. WildGoose is my dude. I'll just have to put that out there.
I paid $20.
$10. That's what he paid. $10.
On a serious note, though, that GoFundMe with the "Journalists Lie, People Die" MAGA banner, that was brilliant, man. Keep up. Keep it up.
That was awesome. I don't know if you saw that, Jim. We talked about it on the show, but the whole he flew it over a NASCAR race, and I thought that was great. Let me read these. I just sent Andy. Andy wants on. Is that cool with you, Jim? We'll probably go for another 15-20 minutes if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to leave witness protection, but again, Matt might show up. So,
all right, I sent him the link. Steph says Warski just tweeted about Jarbo. Yes, he did. We showed it. Thank you very much. I know that was probably about 30 minutes ago, but I appreciate it. Review Tech USA says, "Good night, gentlemen. Keep up the good work." I really do appreciate that because
that's Review Tech USA.
Yeah, it's the real one. It's
wow.
actually him. Okay. Yeah, it's actually him.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny though that Review Tech USA and Monday Matt, like Monday Matt is a discount Review Tech USA? I don't know, it's kind of ironic, I think.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything, negative, because look, the kill stream is kind of like an outlaw stream here on YouTube, as we've seen. By the way, I still haven't gotten my reply, Jim, for the appeal. So I guess we'll see if it comes in tomorrow. I
Well,
don't know.
I got mine within an hour, and they're like, "Go fuck yourself."
Go fuck yourself, Jim. Yeah, I haven't heard shit about it, so I don't know. I'm hopeful, but not exactly expecting. SS says Alu Al Akbar. Vegetator says Matt returned to his regular videos so soon because it helps him push out his old standby victimhood spin. If he gets mobbed while doing business as usual, then he can act like it's unwarranted. All right, so I sent out Mr. Warski. How you doing, sir?
Fuck yeah! What up, guys? How you doing? It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Oh wait, was that a sound? I thought that was really him.
No, that was the sound.
The first thing I say.
Oh look,
pop
Warski's
in.
not dead.
Not yet.
How you doing,
What's up,
Andy?
guys? I'm great. Fantastic.
So, what do you have to say about the whole Monday Matt thing?
I mean, what can we say besides he's a piece of shit? Are we surprised though? Are we actually surprised? I swear when I heard that clip, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Well, yeah, when you think about it, Andy, right? Because you've got management and stuff like that. Your channel has a little bit of protection, so it actually makes sense that it would have been Matt that would have fucked you, because with his verified partner status, he'd have more reach to fuck with a channel that was of similar standing than just somebody else flagging it at random.
yeah, I think what he did was obviously he was pissed off about those streams we were doing, making fun of him. So he definitely went back and was flagging my Francesca Ramsey videos, because in those ones I'm fucking really mean. Like I say horrific things in there, so it'd be easier for them to be like, all right, yeah, this is, Andy attacking someone verbally. So he definitely went back and he must have struck all my old videos where I was a bit harsher. And he got that one video, whatever it was, that Francesca Ramsey video. And obviously within 3 days, it was removed because I appealed it with my agent. But yeah, he fucking got me.
How does he involve himself in all this drama? Like, he makes videos about cats getting stuck in a tree. Like, I don't understand why he does this to himself.
Yeah, well, his excuse was, well, Dave Cullen made a video, calling me a pedophile, a pedophile advocate. Well, Dave Cullen has more subscribers than him. So obviously he's trying to struck down Dave Cullen as well. He definitely struck down you, Ralph, and who else knows, because he had 10 minutes to retract videos.
More actually. Yeah, it's 10 to 20 minutes. He had
yeah, and I swear, if you really hear it, you hear his keyboard, or his mouse. He's like, yeah, no, hang on. I'm just reading the article. Oh, you know what I wish you guys did? Like, I was thinking of it. If you had told him to screen share and then quote unquote read this article, so he would have to screen share and click that link, and then you see immediately. Oh, I wish. Obviously, it's all hindsight, but he's fucked.
Well,
now, whatever
looking back, there's a lot I wish I could have done, but I was
should have screen shared his Roll 34 folder.
Yeah.
Well, the fucked up thing is somebody sent me a screen cap on Twitter where they were looking at his report page and shit. And they measured the gaps between each report, and there were like a couple of them where they're like, you can see somebody went in here and fucked with something because the spacing is off. That's why I think he did something with inspect element, because they're not evenly spaced like they should be.
Yeah, you can take it down in like 3 seconds.
I like how he kept, me, Tonka, and failure. He's like fuck them. Like he wanted to block you, Ralph, for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking, he wanted to block anyone associated to you guys. Metokur, he probably flagged you a few times when you made fun of him. I think he did, right?
No, I had a Mundane Matt video up called "Turn That Pesky Thing Off" that was up for years. But right around the time that he got his, does anybody remember when he got verified, or he got his check mark and he got established as one of the YouTube chosen?
I want to say 2015, but I couldn't.
It was really weird, because it seemed once he started to have a little bit of clout, that's when it got hit. That video was. There's nothing that violates anything. It's just like what happened to Comic Book Pro's Secret. It got age restricted, and all it is saying turn off that pesky ad block.
Fucking, he's a piece of shit. Like, this is like some people's fucking jobs. I swear to God, if I had lost my fucking if I had lost my fucking job, like because of him. And I found out later, like when he was like, I've been in a bad place. I was thinking of killing myself. I'm like, I wish you fucking did. Sorry, that's a bit too far.
No, of course, satirical program. Don't worry.
Boo hoo, man. Like obviously, like you all know, like I've been like MIA for a while because I'm working on two big things on the side here that I'm not going to reveal. But so I've been just trying to like make fucking boot myself, my creativity, right? So that's why I've been MIA, right? But like obviously near the end there, like I got fucking depressed. I didn't know what I was fucking doing on YouTube. I had to fucking step away and figure shit out. And I'm fucking really proud of what I have on I'm in the works right now. I didn't go, I'm gonna fucking flag JF. Well, I'm gonna flag everyone who's making fun of me. I'm gonna flag. You fucking take it. Like you're like, be a fucking man about it. Jesus Christ.
You
lit your nipples on fire.
I know. I didn't have. I fucking went through terrible shit. And now I'm fucking really fucking happy what I've been working on. Finally, I'm not being a fucking little bitch about it and fucking, oh my God.
God, do you think I owe JF an apology? You remember when I was coming down on him for the censorship thing? Ralph, I think it was on your stream.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, well, and he explained this on a couple of his streams. He's like, well, there's a group dedicated to fucking with political commentators of my kind, and I've got to be really cautious. Do you think he fucking meant Matt? Like, do you think that he got the group wrong, and it was Matt that he was worried about, that was out in the shadows fucking with everyone?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I don't even know what, like, after all the fucking lies, whatever Matt was capable of, he has 4 fucking different channels that he has the ability to fucking strike with. And then his channel being verified, fucking, he can definitely strike down anyone around our group or like the live shows or we all got strikes every now and then. And like, that's fucked. And when I really think about it, it was probably Matt. Matt deserves a fucking dick slap. What a fucking piece of shit. This isn't like how people were in drama before. Like, oh, this guy did this, and we're all fighting each other and shit. This is like, this guy tried removing our jobs.
Well, it's pathetic for a couple reasons. First off, it's dumb and short-sighted. I got into it with Sargon a month or so ago. Well, the only thing I thought was, wow, that's great. A guy with fucking 800,000 subs, and on his backup channel, he put up a video with whatever subs he has, 200,000 or 300,000. I just thought that's great. I mean, I wasn't mad about it. Some of the things he said, I said, well, that's bullshit, whatever. That's actually great publicity. Why are you even complaining? Why are you trying to get this stuff taken down? Are you that stupid? I mean, it's actually, some of the people watching that show might even not know who the fuck you are. I mean, this is
Hey, Ralph, do you think this is going to become like, do you think you might have started like a trend, a new game where people are going to wait for streamers to go live and then send a bit.ly link or something disguising the report history thing, so they open up live on stream not knowing what it is, and we see what they've been doing?
Well, you know what? A couple people mentioned that to me, that we kind of, accidentally, like we always do here on the Kill stream, might have started a trend to where, show your report history, or, unwittingly show your report history.
Yeah, because streamers can be kind of fucking stupid. I remember one guy, somebody was breaking into his Google account. You know how they send like the phone verification thing?
Yeah.
And he got the text and he read it out loud because he didn't know what it was. Fucking people went right into his account.
Now let me ask you for the record, Jim. They say I'm a cuck for you, and I never ask anything tough. Have you ever reported a video on YouTube?
I think I've reported. What have I reported? I've reported. When you go to watch like a TV show that gets put up on YouTube, and then you click the video. It's like 50 minutes, and all it is a link to some shitty.
Yeah, it's not the actual show.
I fucking hate that shit.
It's like a malware site that has nothing to do with the fucking show you watch, and it's one account that'll put like 1,000 of those videos up to fuck the results. That's probably what I reported. I think that's about it, man. Like I said, when I watch YouTube and stuff, I stay away from politics and a lot of the shit that is kind of around our group, and I just watch fucking video game stuff, comic book shit, and movie reviews.
I've only reported fucking things that are like, you know, really excessively sexual that you're like, all right, this shouldn't be on YouTube, or like really violent.
See, I download those. The excessive.
I do too. No, it's shit that was around the, you know, when the whole Elsa Gate shit was happening. There was like fucking disgusting shit that I was like, all right, this is.
Are you talking about was that the Spider-Man videos where they shove syringes in each other's asses and
Yeah.
shit? Like the really weird stuff?
Yeah, there was this one channel. I don't think people caught it. Like it wasn't on the Philly D videos or anything. It was like legitimately like kids were watching this shit. And the girl in the Elsa costume was actually like pissing on the fucking Spider-Man guy. I'm like, how did this get like all the other stuff is just okay, this is like excessive, but whatever. It's not too bad. But this one, I was like, this is straight up people pissing on each other's faces, like IRL. I'm like, okay, this is fucked up. So it was just those ones. As for people who made fun of me and stuff, no, never. I think I'm real, or any of the people who've made the video.
What was it? What was that one video that he flagged down, Ralph? It wasn't by Dami Pesos. It was like sandwiched in between them. I think it was like one of the Infowars guys, or he has like that in his description. It was Monday Mad as a crybaby bitch or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember the actual channel, but yeah, I know what you're talking. I mean, look, there was a whole. Honestly, I do feel bad because I've seen some comments and they said Ralph. First off, Ralph was out of it on that stream by that point. But earlier in the stream, I was perfectly fine. But by that point, it was more up to everybody else. So I wasn't really able to capitalize on some of the stuff. As far as, so what we should have done is said, first off, the main thing was log into your other accounts and show what you've flagged on those other accounts, or refresh the page, and I didn't even notice this live. He has uBlock Origin, which I also have. Turn that shit off. You know what I mean? There was a lot of things we could have done once we had him there, but I mean, look, to be honest, just what was revealed in and of itself, I think was pretty damning, right? I mean, it could have been more thorough, yeah, but I don't know.
You honestly just assume he did the worst. I'm literally like, everything that happened and that you're all accusing him of, he did 100 fucking%.
Well, the thing about it is, and I've talked about this on the show before, and I hate to whatever take over, even though it's my show, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. We had Dame Pesos on here, I guess it was May or June, and he was saying Monday Matt flagged me 100%. I know this for a fact, and I even said on that show, I said, look, I'm not going to say that personally. I don't have the 100% evidence. I know Matt's done some things, but I'm just not willing to say that. I guess I was just being a faggot, to be honest with you, looking back. But once this stuff came out, I mean, I don't know. It's pathetic. When I think of, I'm only a minor player compared to you, Warski and Metokur. But just think of all the negative videos or comments that have been made about you guys. I don't think you would say, let me go flag this video down. Let me take this creator down over.
No, usually I want that shit up. I mean, like when I was doing the Deviants videos, what the fuck was the Doodle Diapers or whatever the fuck it was? Like they had a video up springing the fuck out because I was making fun of fur fags. And, somebody went in and flagged it and got it age restricted. They could have got it fucking taken down. But the thing that fucks me over, because if I'm going to use it in a video and there's no fucking copies of it, it's gone. I can't fucking find it. I had that happen I can't even remember what it was. This was like years and years and years ago. I had a really great idea for a video, and there were some, like really pissed off people with some videos up. And a bunch of fucking assholes went and flagged them all. So they're fucking gone. You can't get them back.
Well, first off, it's funny. It's funny to see these people get mad over something you said. I mean, I always get a kick out of it. Oh, you want to, bring up whatever over some article that I wrote or some video or stream that I did. I get a kick out of that. I guess maybe, not like Monday Matt, I'm not jacking off over it, but it's close. I do get a thrill over seeing people talk shit. And so why would I want to take that down? That makes no sense.
Oh, yeah. The person in the chat got it. It was that fucking crazy Canadian bitch. the one that would make her. She made her son film her every day taking baths and doing yoga. It was some really fucking weird shit. And people flagged it down, so I could never get the fucking video. All I had left was her yelling at her mother dying in the hospital, which is something in itself. But,
I would say, yeah.
right,
By
but
the
like
way-
the one where she was like in the bathtub and like a really skimpy bathing suit, and she kept saying, "My baby boy, my little prince, film mommy," like really creepy, fucked up shit. That's gone forever.
By the way, here's a video that Suit Yourself sent me, and it's it's from the report page basically, and it shows how easy it is to hide elements from the report page. And it's not hard at all. By the way, I don't even think he's using uBlock element. I think he's just using Firefox. I'm not sure. But it is not hard at all. And you saw how much time he had. That it is not a stretch to think that he hid those reports. Because I guess, part of him might have thought, they only care about the kill stream or whatever, and I'll hide those and I'll be able to, spin the others. It was just, the silence was deafening when it came to the. Yeah, go ahead.
What was the most recent flagged video? Like, what was?
I'll have to go back and look at the list. I think the top of the list was Dame Pesos.
And when was that? When was that? Like a few months ago, weeks ago?
So if you look at the list,
weeks, yeah.
I was gonna say it was weeks, but there were multiple Dame.
Like he hit every video the guy had, basically every fucking one.
Yeah, pretty much the whole list.
Yeah. So my point is like, because then after that it was me and then Kumite, but like with his Google, like him being on the alert or whatever, his name being on the alerts every fucking day, he's flagging shit. So he must have got those first 2 weeks gone, right? Kept the fucking Dami Pesos, erased whatever in between, kept the Kumite and the Warski because we're such assholes to him that it doesn't matter, right?
Well, he only had a certain amount of time too, right? So
exactly. So he's trying to figure shit out. Like fucking, what was it? Like 13, 14 minutes. You could fucking erase a lot of shit.
Warsaw it. Like you talked to me and said,
Oh,
hey,
man,
Warsaw
when I was listening to that clip, because I haven't been on YouTube in 1 month, like not watched one video, not done anything. And then I jump back, I'm onto YouTube for a second. And that's the first thing I saw. I'm just like literally screaming at the screen. Fucking screen share, you piece of shit.
Actually, I'm watching the screen.
Where is my apology, by the way?
Fucking cunt faggot.
Where is my fucking apology? No, for real. I owe failure and Tonka and Andy an apology.
Dude, that's what I don't get. Like he's talking about how, I'm gonna go to counseling next week, but he hasn't reached out to anybody. He blocked Tonka saw from his Discord. He hasn't said anything to these
By
people.
the way, chat, hold on. This can't be true.
Pile of fucking human shit.
This cannot be true.
No, his channel's still up if that's what you're looking at.
I was going to say, that can't be true.
No, I'm looking at it right now.
He deleted his channel, but there's just no way. I don't. Fake news. I can't get there. But I do remember even in my state, I'm looking through the list and I'm like, there's Andy Warski. What are you talking about? And that was a guy that you had talked to, in private. I guess just your thoughts on that type of.
I'll tell you what happened. So I was making fun. I was there during. Remember when Johnny Fox?
Yes.
Hopped on.
I mean, I don't remember because I wasn't here, but I caught up on it later. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the Johnny Fox called him like a mundane fag and all this bullshit.
Right.
It's fucking hilarious. All I did was laugh, and then I made fun of him crying at the silver play button. Nothing serious, just like, hey, you're being kind of a fag right now. It's pretty funny, and I'm making fun of it. Haha. That's all I did. So then he spurgs out on me or whatever. I guess he tries flagging me. And then I go, hey, look, like I messaged him, like, look, I was just fucking around, like, chill out. So let's just talk about it. He goes, fine, we could talk about it. Then on Kumite, I was like, oh, I spoke to Matt. He said he wants to talk about it. And then privately, he's like, you piece of fucking shit. Why would you bring it up? And he went off on me. And I'm like, I just told people you were going to talk to me. He is just a fuck. He definitely has mental issues.
Well, just think of all the
whatever.
people. I mean, look, that have talked shit about you. Let's just be honest. I mean, you never thought.
Oh yeah, near the end especially, and look, I was gonna say too, when I was watching a few people's videos on me and stuff, I'm like, hey, look, I know they're being dicks, but there is some criticism in here that I have to take. I sort of fucking just lost my groove, and I wasn't being creative anymore. When I was doing my live shows, my energy wasn't there, and since I've been gone, I actually took that criticism, and I fucking the new shit I have coming out completely different. Completely up my alley. I'm happier and fucking I'm excited to fucking pump it out. So I took the criticism. Hey, if people think you're being a fag and you stink, take that criticism. fucking James Allsup was like, hey man, how about you be controversial and don't be mundane? How about instead of flagging and crying about it and being like, oh, how about you fucking just go, you know what? Maybe I'll take this or not take it. He is the fucking Zoe Quinn.
Let me say this, to be quite honest with you, I love seeing positive comments. They always make me, whatever, feel good. But the negative comments are what actually help you. You know what I mean? You read that, you're like, okay, I need to fix the audio. Hopefully, by the way, the audio is a little better tonight. I need to do this, or don't have this person on, or wow, you really fucked up there, Rob. The show was going great, and you did this. Maybe rethink it, or maybe just say you're a fucking piece of shit and you fucked up the show. I mean, honestly, those comments help me more than even the don't get me wrong, I love the positive ones, but I'm just being honest. All right.
Yeah, near the end, just sorry to interrupt, but near the end, fine. Like people are just like, yo, man, like even like people who were like, like viewers of mine for a while, they're like, hey man, like you don't seem happy, your energy's low. You're not like performing, like, and take a fucking break and figure your shit out. And I'm like, you know what? Like fucking stop with this ego bull fucking shit. This is not my like area of creativity of how to like. So I just took everything and then fucking stepped away, and it's been incredible. Like I've just been so fucking happy, and the shit I have coming. And also I was asking too much, like. So what do you guys want to see? You're asking the audience. Now it's just like, what do I want to make that I think people will like?
That you will enjoy. I mean, it's mostly. I mean, look, I have fun with the stream. Even on the slow nights, I have fun with the stream. Some nights I've come on here and like, oh, this is not gonna be.
Ralph, it looks like we might be fucked here, buddy.
Oh, how so?
Somebody's telling me on Twitter that Monday Matt is posting confirmation pictures in his Discord of the boulders to prove they're real.
Wow! We're busted!
Oh shit, Monday Matt.
Yeah, I got a link to his Discord, so I'm just like in there right the fuck now.
Are you seeing the rock pictures that he's apparently posting in there?
Where's he even going?
Yeah, I was the one that actually posted it in our Discord earlier. Hold on, let me go upload it to Imgur.
You were caught. You fucking shit. Like this is him. Like, okay, I was caught. I'm sorry. It was in a bad space. I have to apologize. 2 days later, here are the boulders I was collecting.
So let me ask you,
you're
Andy,
fucking 9 months old to collect.
Yeah, real egg in everybody's face now.
And we haven't heard from you in a while. What do you think? By the way, I'm not sure that there is an answer to this, but what do you think Matt could do to recover or move past this?
Fucking sign up for Uber and delete his YouTube account.
I didn't mean myself because I was coughing.
I was with Chris and shit, and we're working on our stuff, and I'm just like sign up for Uber, faggot. Like I'm yelling at my phone.
I want to see these boulders. Hold on, I was ready to wrap it up, but if we could actually get a shot of these boulders.
Yeah. I posted it in the side chat.
Okay. In the side. Okay. Okay, they can't see it, by the way. I took it off.
You have to screen share it with the audience so they can see these amazing rocks that he collected for 8 hours.
Wow, these look really big, Jim.
Boulders.
Let me make sure I'm looking.
Echo.
Holy shit, these are large.
Well, you need to understand, Ralph, these are very expensive, rare river rocks, as he explained.
I'm impressed that his wife's son was able to lift all of those.
Yeah.
Wow, that is...
Can you imagine? Okay, we've seen Matt's physique. Can you imagine him huffing and puffing, picking up rocks and running them back and forth to his fucking Ford Taurus? Like, You picture that in your head as what is he going to use these fucking things for? They're sitting in the dirt.
Well, so when he said it first off, I've seen a lot of landscape setups, obviously. And I thought, oh, maybe giving him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's, setting up some rocks around his.
He's digging a grave.
But you know what I mean? Like you see rocks like that, you're like, oh, okay, nice flower bed setup or whatever. But I'm just looking at this, and it's just a pile of rocks. Like there's nothing going on here.
He didn't even arrange them in a aesthetic way. Here's a big pile of rocks.
If that's his idea of a Zen garden, it's no wonder why he has mental problems.
It does look like it belongs in the the Museum of Art, though, doesn't it?
Wait, but look, it took him 2 days to post that. That means the past 2 days he's been collecting boulders to prove.
He's probably stacked that up all weekend.
He's sweating right now, like, okay, this will show him.
Like, what if he made all that shit up and then he's like, oh fuck, where the fuck am I gonna find some boulders?
I don't even, man. I don't know.
Ralph, your chat's asking somebody to reverse image search it to make sure this isn't another lie, and he didn't just pull it off Google.
Shutterstock.
Maybe she's still alive. I'll do a Google reverse image search. I don't see any hits off that live, but there's other reverse images, searches that you can use.
Yeah, usually I just use what is it, 10i?
Yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
I just use Google itself, but I'll try.
Well, you have to have the original rock picture. You can't have this one from Imgur. It wouldn't work.
They have a URL upload.
And his kid's 9 months old, right?
Yeah, I think
so. What do you do? Like leave the fucking.
But can I say this, Andy, and anybody else listening? So what? You had a fucking kid. Why do I give a fuck about your fucking kid? I don't. I'm gonna be dead honest. Anybody can have a fucking kid. The most retarded people on this planet have fucking children.
You think I wouldn't punch a kid?
No, well, I wouldn't punch a kid. Let's be honest, but
I'd drown his goldfish.
But no, seriously. Oh, I have a kid. So what? A lot of people have a fucking kid. What is that supposed to make me sympathetic?
Dude, he accidentally spilled his seed in some fat chick. Like, it happens every day.
Nah, it wasn't an accident. He couldn't fuck anything else.
Fucking no. Hang on. I don't give a fuck if you have a kid or anything. Like he understands how shitty it is to have the apocalypse happen and lose money, have payments on your car or your house, or he understands that, and he went after our jobs,
and he still did it. Yeah, he knew the deal.
Yeah. And he succeeded too. There were 2 videos of the ones that he showed on that report history that were taken down. So who knows what they might be, but I recall the Kumite having to rotate to different channels because video got flagged. So I don't know.
Yeah, I recall it too. They went from Tonkas to failures to Andes. I mean, that was, yeah. I don't know. The whole my kid thing, anybody can have a fucking kid. And by the way, we don't even know that that's your kid, but whatever. I won't go there. I'm just saying. Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal you had a kid.
And how embarrassing is that going to be when his kid grows up and sees a video of his dad crying?
Save for posterity. I don't know. All right, I will. I realize we've Jim, you've been on here a lot the last 3 programs, so I just want to thank you for that. I know you'll probably call me a faggot, but
yeah, probably. But I mean, I like watching dumpster fires, and Matt's combustion has been entertaining.
It has. So let me ask you before we let you go and before we peacefully sunset the program, where do you think it goes from here? Does it spread from Matt? First off, does it spread from Matt? Second off, is there any sort of redemption or recovery that Matt himself could do?
Well, I don't think. I mean, I don't know if it can spread from Matt. Like, I think it'll probably be a game for some people to disguise the link and send it to streamers to get them caught off guard on stream, showing the report history. That'll be funny. But as for Matt, what the fuck he's gonna do? He's gonna lose a shit ton of subs. His views are gonna diminish. People always shit talk him in the comment section. And if what he said on the stream is true and it really does get to him, he's gonna probably have a fucking breakdown online in the next month.
Is it over for him?
Yeah, no, I don't see him recovering. He should just fucking walk away and start a new channel doing something different.
I thought I fucked up. like, I was like, ah, damn, you're the
But
end
the
of
thing-
pretty bad. Like it's pretty bad. You know, I'm gonna step away and do some self-reflection and work on some shit.
But the thing about it
Jeez.
is, I mean, Jim was saying that same thing 3 months ago. I mean, you could see his channel. I mean, just look at his face. We put a clip from WildGoose just splicing like the intro of his whatever, I don't know, last 10, 20 videos. He's clearly unhappy doing what he's doing. And his best thing would be to just exit out the Monday Matt thing, just do the movie stuff and just move on. First off, he needs to do an apology, of course, but I don't really know.
I don't give a
just needs
fuck
to go
about his
full bug,
content.
man.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about his content. I mean, he could do whatever he
I
wants.
mean, I don't care. I
But
can
he needs
see
to
any fat fucker
apologize to these people and rectify
Look.
like what he did with Andy and Tonka, you and everybody else he
Yeah.
wronged.
Look, there's a lot of fat fucks. That
What place is he at mentally where he's posting rock pictures? In Discord? Like, what the fuck is going on, right?
I
But
don't know.
I like
Honestly,
the
no.
proposal that he does a video and he cries on it. Like I think that would I think for a lot of people that would be I think that would suffice.
Oh,
No,
you know,
it's
like he
certainly gonna be
flagged.
more material, but yeah, go ahead. Andy.
Yeah, he flagged the words. Like if you go on on his channel and try and write a comment with the word flagged, GGED or flag, it's removed. He removed the word flagged and flag. Go
Oh,
on.
he's already censoring shit. Okay.
Any form of the word strike or flag cannot be commented on his
Let-
video. Some dude was testing it out and commenting, and he had to write flagged FL space GG space ED.
let me also ask you. I know I'm stretching it out here, but is there a possibility? I mean, he can't turn off comments, right? I mean, Jim, like he can't do that, right? I mean,
Well, it would fuck with his metrics. Remember, this is the guy that's big into analytics and stuff.
he
about
can't
what,
do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like turning off ratings. I mean, it's gonna fuck with his like. He has advertisements, right, on his videos?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so I don't think he can afford to. I don't think he can afford to turn
Plus,
off
it
comments
just-
and ratings.
I mean, I know he's gone against everything else he said, but as far as turning off comments, that would just be, I don't know. I heard somebody, I don't know if it was this show or somewhere else. I was talking to people. I really don't think he can get away with with turning off comments, but I don't know.
Yeah, God, what a weird 3 years it's been. I remember when Jade drew the picture of Monday Matt
God.
as a baby eating shit from the ass of Review Tech USA saying baby bird is hungry.
I actually posted that in the side chat. By the way.
It all goes
fantastic.
back. Is
Yeah.
it kind of surreal to you? Like it's surreal to me? I mean, I could only imagine, but
Well, no, I remember his fans got really angry. They're like, "What did Matt ever do to deserve that?" Well, here we are, faggots. It took 3 years, but here we are.
it's full circle, man. It always goes full
Oh
circle.
my god, this picture. Is that Angry Joe?
Yeah,
Oh, that's too much. That's too much. It's the fucking human centipede.
That is extra to
That
use
is so
the young folks lingo. Okay, gentlemen, if you have any final thoughts or questions, whatever, get them out. We'll go ahead and sunset this thing. Jim, thank you very much again for coming
yeah,
on.
yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys.
By the way, I really enjoyed your video. I really did. So
Yeah, I just tried to cover it as best I could and put as much shit in there as I could. But yeah, have a good night. Have a good night, and don't show that image on stream.
no, we won't.
or you-
I'm posting
Oh, it's
it in
over.
the chat for people. They can go see it themselves.
It's
or
all
you
over.
will absolutely get flagged for that. All right, take it
All
easy.
right, man. You have a good one.